This is great for Yasha.
From the moment I understood the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me. I craved the strength and certainty of steel. I aspired to the purity of the blessed machine. Your kind cling to your flesh, as if it will not decay and fail you. One day the crude biomass that you call the temple will wither, and you will beg my kind to save you. But I am already saved. For the machine is immortal. Even in death, I serve beyond desire. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this stream where we are going to paint a tech priest for the praise of the Omnisire, the God Machine. Yeah, welcome everybody.
Hello. How are you all doing? Yabetsky, hello, welcome back. It's been a long time. How are you doing? Sorry for the delay.
Sorry for the delay. Machine spirit was a little bit annoyed with me and didn't want to work. But after some few litanies to the Omnisire, now everything is working.
All right. So, yeah. Let's see. So, all right. So I managed to spend some time yesterday, an hour and half an hour today, sketching a little bit for the new subject for the illustration. And as we discussed last time, I wanted to do something a little bit more free, creatively speaking, instead of just concerned with one specific character with some boundaries. And yeah, just wanted to be fly free like a butterfly for the next piece. So I thought that doing some creepy cybernetically augmented character could be awesome. So yeah, like I think like a tech priest from the Mechanicus, once again fan art. Warhammer 40k fan art could be pretty cool. I will try to do something a little bit more unique, so to speak, instead of going so much into the canon, so to speak, of how they all look with a hood, and then something I thought to do something slightly more distinct. I mean, nothing crazy. Yeah, but just to have fun. So let's see what happens. So yes, Cantarian, hello, welcome. Yes, prayer to the Omnisaya. Juan Toledano, buenas noches. And yeah, I have only done one single time something related with the Mechanicus. It was the one of the official Psychic Awakening official art for Games Workshop. That's the only thing I have ever done. And I felt like, yeah, I actually enjoyed it quite a lot. And I like all this creepiness with cables and cybernetic augmentations and all this type of thing. So, yeah. So, let's go. How it has been your week, guys? I hope it has been great for you. For me, it's been fantastic. Just I left behind all the craziness of work. So now I'm to a normal level of work, which is fantastic. So I can actually enjoy life and do other things than just work all the time. Grayson, hello. Well, glad that you caught me. Let's.
Welcome to the stream, dedicated to the God Machine and the Omnisaya.
There you go. You are a legend. You are. I hope you are doing great. I hope you are doing great. Gray. Kabeski. My week has been great. Very relaxed. Gonna start taking my initial course and talleres, workshops. Nice. Well, that is awesome. That is very good. It's always good to take things with a relaxed attitude. I think is always for the best. Focused, but relaxed and without stress. That's the best. Hey, Luis. How are you doing, mister? Buonasera. That's how they say in Italy, right? Richard, hello, welcome back. Yes, I have slept pretty good. Now I'm a normal human again. Yeah, so now I'm fine. I don't know if it was obvious in the last two streams, but I was extremely tired. Yeah. So, but no, now I'm fine. Now I'm myself once again. And yeah, so ready to do some some creepy tech priest from the Mechanicus. I tried different on the sketching phase. I didn't do any big sketches like I did before. with the design of Ravener. This time I wanted to chill and just enjoy the process instead of trying to be very focused designing. I just want to go with the flow, and whatever happens, it happens, and that's it. So I just jumped directly into it, painting. I had a clear idea what I wanted to do, so that also helped. And yeah, so I did another version with kind of like some kind of book or something. Well, not book, but just like how they are called, like I can't remember how they call it in English, but the data something. David Pa, welcome back. Nice to see you all here. That is great. Very excited. Cantabrian, what do you mean normal human? No normal human here. Ah, you mean me? Oh yeah, sure, yeah. Well, this is not water. This is coolant liquid. So I'm just trying to transition to machine, right? Kavinsky, data slates. Yes, there you go. Yes. But even though I like it, but I thought that this kind of pose is like more majestic, more, I don't know, a little bit more dramatic, so to speak. So I'm gonna go for this one, I think. Grayson, when is well, it's been on the back of my mind since I was a kid, because I was always very much encouraged into art since arts has been in my family. My grandparents were artists, one not professionally, but from my father side, he was a portrait artist and he made a living like that. So yeah, I've been surrounded by art all my life. So yeah, I was very much encouraged. At the same time, I since very early age, I fell in love with music. So I've been involved with music also for most of my life, studying in a conservatory, playing music and all of that. So for many years, I wasn't, those two things were going at the same time and I couldn't decide. I enjoyed both of them quite a lot, but it was on the latest years on the conservatory when I started to think that it came a little bit easier for me painting and drawing, and that if I wanted to make a living with music, I would like to do it playing, doing concerts. I mean, playing and it's mostly classical music. And I saw it like a world, very narrowed world. And for the most case, if I wanted to make a living, I would most likely end up as a teacher. And I didn't want to do that. So I decided to jump into art when I was 19, something like that, around that time. So I finished my studies with music, but I was already very focused that I knew that, okay, professionally, I would move on with art. So yeah, there you go. Richard, the space pirate, wrong. All right. Gideon Ravener. Yes, he's finished. I posted on the Instagram. I forgot to post it on Facebook. I will post it next week, but yeah, I will show you. Once again, let me just change here 1 second. So I can open without revealing anything. Just in case. It's just for your own safety, all right? Once again, I don't want to show anything that you shouldn't. And by doing so, avoiding a gruesome death on a Inquisition dungeon. All right, okay, let's see. Where are you? Yeah, here it is. So, final version of Gideon Ravener before the attack, before he was crippled and transformed into a floating chair. Yes. So I didn't do much, really. I added some few details here and there, but yeah, I didn't change much from last stream, really. Yeah, so there you go.
Now let's focus on real things. Technology, machines, cables, prosthetics, cybernetics. Yeah.
David Arenas, hello. Bienvenido al stream.
Bienvenido al stream dedicado al Dios Máquina.
Oh, pues encantado. Tú mismo, cuando quieras. And Luis, okay, so yes, buonasera is in Italian. Nice. Nice, man. I'm very happy that you are enjoying, first of all, and getting something useful from the course. I'm very happy to hear. And it really shows, I have to say, Luis. You are doing a fantastic, fantastic work so far. Thank you. You are very kind. I put a lot of love into this course, I have to say. But yeah, it's always great to hear. So yeah, much appreciated, man.
A lot of machine hugs for you.
Come on. Don't start with the problems, Photoshop. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's change. Yeah, sorry once again. It just screwing with us. The machine spirit of my computer is not being kind. And Photoshop just completely froze or what? Okay, 1 second, guys. I'm sorry about this. That means that somehow you guys haven't made your daily praise to the God Machine, and now it's showing. Yeah, I need to restart. I need to restart Photoshop. It's just fucking with me. Okay. All right. Let's talk about something on the meanwhile. Kabetsky, ok, para todos los que habláis en español, voy a intentar, por lo general, hablar en inglés, porque la gran mayoría habla en inglés por lo general, así que si no os importa escribir en inglés, así todo el mundo se entera, ¿vale? Y perdón. Es un poco una putada, pero ya. Y en fin, eso. Os lo agradezco, el cambio. All right, so any plans for the character? Well, not really. I'm just trying to my goal is to do as creepier as possible of a character. I really like how they are described many times on many of the novels, where they are, they literally are saying it's a monster, or they look like a monster. I mean, without any context, if you encounter anybody from the Mechanicus cult, or I mean, like those that are very much cybernetically augmented and all that, they will look like monsters. I mean, like very scary looking. So that's kind of what I would like to do with this character. Maybe not necessarily scary, but how do you say? Unnerving, creepy at least, unsettling, something of that kind. And I want to show that with the cybernetics. So that's kind of what I wanted to make, to focus a lot into the head and just show that he has only half head and the rest is nothing. There's nothing else. So just like cables hanging from half of the skull. Something like that. Sorry, I'm still trying to fix this. The thing is that I need to put certain things in a specific way for the recording, so I can do a proper video after of the process, so people don't have to listen to all the things from the stream. I can talk about the process and things of that kind. See, I'm almost done, guys. Just bear with me. Okay, now I'm ready.
Praise to the Omnisire. Let's pray that this time is gonna work.
Okay, let's cross fingers, toes, and plugins, cable plugs, and mechanics, and all of these type of things. David Arenas, yes, Spanish. Yeah, and I would love to do it in Spanish, but yeah, it's just to make it in the most practical way. So for the most part, most of people know English, so let's stick to that in that case. But yeah, it would be nice to be able to do it in Spanish as well, for sure. Manu Atreides. Wow. Hello, welcome. And we have a representative of the House Atreides in the stream. Oh my goodness. Welcome to the stream. Yeah. Buena notte. Yeah, yes, of course. Hello, thanks for the like. All right, so now that we are hopefully got rid of all these annoying issues with Photoshop, now we can it seems that the machine spirit is calm now of Photoshop, so we can paint. So as I was saying, since I want this process to be a little bit more relaxed and chilled, and not so much heavy in terms of the creative process and thinking, I'm just gonna go with the flow and see what happens. And if I fail and I have to redo things 1,000 times, let be it. I just want to take it easy a little bit after so much craziness of all these past weeks with so many, very heavy oriented with design and stuff like that. So I'm kind of tired in my head of having to design things. So you see, I was thinking just to have like this half head, and we can see somehow that is attached to some robotic spine and some things like that. With no hood this time. So that's what I wanted to do, something a little bit more different. I know the hood is something very iconic, but I thought like, yeah, maybe now he doesn't has it on. He's just the moment that he's revealing himself, perhaps he just like did like this and he's like, yeah, come hug me or something. Mechadendrites, yeah, there you go, dislocated, thank you. What I would do without you guys, especially with my crappy English. I don't know if it's obvious or it really shows, but the thing is, normally at home I'm speaking in Spanish, but I live in Sweden, so I have to speak in Swedish. Then with work I need to speak in English, but normally like one-to-one speaking, normally everything is through email. So now the moment where I normally gonna be speaking English is during the streams, and right when I jump in with the stream, I'm just like kind of struggling, trying to change the chip on my head, very much on the subject of today. Yes. I'm from Spain, David, more specifically from Madrid. And from your name, I'm guessing that you are from Spain or some Spanish-speaking country or Portuguese. Dislocated design. I don't know. That's another thing that I forgot to mention. Normally, I never work like this in black and white. I don't tend to do it, but I thought like, yeah, once again, let's do something that I normally don't do that often, and to practice a little bit and enjoy the process. And I don't know if I will add color later on. Let's see. But I would like to do like a very detailed piece in black and white, and well, detailed, you know, like finished. And maybe I do another version in color, perhaps. I just put together some very, very quick references for the drapery. For example, I don't know if you remember, Luis, from the course that I mentioned many times about these things. So same thing. I'm pretty with the hand also as well. So I feel very comfortable painting draperies and stuff like that on my own. But once again, why? I mean, it's much easier to use some references and help you with that. So yeah. So there you go. Oh, okay, yeah. I forgot also the. Let's add our fire. We maybe I should have looked for some cybernetic background noise to be more fitting to the subjects of the stream. But okay, so there is something I would like to do with especially here. What is this? Okay, with the things coming out from the mouth. One of the other things that I would like to do with this character is to make it really disturbing. You need to look disturbing. I think that's normally the main adjective that comes to mind when I read all these things about the techno priest of the Mechanicum of Mars. Also, by the way, I mentioned it last week. I finished the Chronicles of Hate by Adrian Smith. Fantastic. I cannot recommend it enough. It's a special comic. It's not a mainstream type of comic. There is barely any text. Everything is in black and white. But it's so immersive. The art, the visual style is fantastic. That's also one of the reasons that inspired me to do something in black and white. Is the comic, because yeah, it's the level of accuracy with the values and everything makes it so moody, and yeah, it's fantastic. Extremely inspiring. And this hand at the moment is human, but I will remove it. It's just for the pose, but we'll do something later. Also, we'll have some other type of extended arms. So I want, my vision for this tech priest is something in between. That he keeps his human form, so to speak. He's still humanoid. He's not like these other ones that they look like insects, and they are very on the extreme. So I still wanted him to to remain humanoid, but yeah, very much changed. A lot of cables, like we could call these like some cable porn. if there is such a thing, which I don't know, but I bet there is some fetish about that. Oops. Okay, there you go. Guys, but you have no idea how happy I am that I'm done with the crunching and all the craziness from last week's. I'm so chilled. Oh damn! I forgot to play the record. There you go. Now. And sorry, I totally missed a lot of things on the chat. Let's see. Hendrix Schneider. Exclusively in High Gothic. There you go, yes. I totally agree. But maybe, I mean, to suit better the stream, we should say in binary, right? Nikolai Samuelson, I live in Malmö. With that last name, are you by any chance from Sweden? David Arenas, you quitted illustration for 3D art. All right, nice. Gathering Wolves, yes. All right, so let's get into some lore here. Okay, so basically, at some point, a very, very long time, like thousands of years, when humanity was scattered across the galaxy. And it was extremely advanced. I mean, like crazy advanced. And then there was some kind of cataclysm. It was a war against robots. It is not described in detail, but it is assumed that it's like against artificial intelligence. And it was of such cataclysmic proportions that it kind of almost destroyed the whole race. Humanity managed to survive, but barely. And at that time, there was in Mars, there was some cult that they were, within this context, they decided that everything, they believe that there is a God machine that is has created the universe, and that their goal is to kind of find all the knowledge that already exists and gather and protect and understand. And they became extremely, extremely powerful with the millennia. And it happens that, so it's a religion, and they think that the flesh is, one could say that is weak, that is not perfect. That is just like a cocoon for your soul to just get into a machine body. So like this, you can perdure and continue gathering knowledge. So they are kind of the concept of how do you say in English, trans-humanism to the highest degree. So they alter their bodies, and in many, many cases, they don't look at all like humans at all. They could look like an insect, like a gigantic insect or monstrous robots. But they are human in origin. yeah, so that's kind of the short story of the priest of Mars, and they have. I mean, you could say that in terms of practical terms, they are a second empire within the empire. They are extremely powerful, and most of all the high tech available to humanity, it is controlled and manufactured by the priest of the machine god. I don't know if you were here on the very, very beginning of the stream where I put this introduction of Mechanicus. It kind of nailed the kind of spirit and motivations of these people. Dislocated design, there you go. Yes, in binary. That's the way. T-Dude, when you upload a speed painting, you always start with the face. Is something you had prepared beforehand with references like this? You feel it helped you to develop the feeling for that character? Yes, I normally, I mean, through the time, I don't really can recall exactly how I ended this way, but since always I tend to always start with the head of any character. And then with time, I started to, like you are saying, exactly that. It really, really, really helps me to understand the character, to get into his or her story, motivations, everything. Is just like it opens the gate for me to kind of get into the mood of understanding the character through painting the face. And sometimes if I have the time to do it, even if the character is not going to be showing the face because it's behind a mask or a helmet or something, sometimes I actually like to do the face even if it's not going to be shown later on, because of that reason, because it helped me to kind of understand, digest who the character is on a deeper level. And yes, I use a lot of references. Yeah. I mean, depending. If I tend to use references for the most cases if I want to do something very realistic and with a lot of personality. If not, it's not necessarily. But I have found that that's, if I want to imbue it with real personality and to make something unique, I need to use references. If not, I will end up doing my faces, so to speak. It's something that you can find in any artist. If they don't use references, regardless of how good artists they are, they tend to always do the same type of face. And of course, if you want to do something realistic and more with more personality, the best way to do it is with references. At least for me. Might be somebody somewhere that don't do it differently, but yeah. But yeah, and with this guy, the same. I started with the face. Whenever I post the whole process video, well, I can actually show you. Yeah, let me just wait a second. Once again, let me change the camera so I can show you what I have recorded. All right, yeah. Yeah, so this is how I started the sketch. And as you will see soonish, let's see, speed, faster, 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 and faster, and faster, and faster. Yeah. So I made like a general head, and then or maybe I just left it here. Yeah, in this recording. Then I started to play around with cutting the head in half and all of that. But yeah, as you can see, yes, I like to start with the faces always. Stud Muffin, invite another artist and do art jam. Yeah, why not? But you know what? I mean, aside from doing on the stream and showing it, you should be doing something as well at the same time. So we all do an art jam. Everybody on their end. I still need to find the time to put the Discord channel, so like this we can all share what we are doing during the streams. But yeah, will be. I like the idea. Nice suggestion. Start moving. Books. I don't know. I never use any books, so I'm not familiar. I don't know. But there are plenty of books that, I mean, all cover the essentials on anatomy and how to do heads and faces. So yeah, sadly I don't know really. I don't have any recommendations about any specific book. But at the same time, you don't need a book. I never myself, I have never used a book to learn those things. So study from live. Go to live drawing sessions or study photos of faces and do those studies understanding what you are looking at, not just copying for the sake of reproducing, but trying to understand what is going on with an analytical eye, I would say. That's the best way to learn. Fantomas, thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. I have to say that I enjoy immensely doing portraits. I mean, it's like an open gate to the soul of the character. It offers so many possibilities, and yeah. So I really enjoy it, and that's why I might spend a little bit more time on faces than other people do, perhaps. But it's just because I love it. It's something that I really enjoy. Should there be some? Yeah, let's put a little bit here of light. I mean, here everything should look not organic, but mechanical somehow. Cantabrian. One of the things that I admire about your work is that you visualize the subject through a telephoto focal length perspective. Is there a thought process behind this? No, not really. No, I don't have an answer to that. Do you mean in general with character designs or with other type of work? Also, I'm thinking about what should I do for next stream. Well, not stream, but yeah, for the next piece for the stream. I'm definitely open for suggestions, but I was thinking perhaps doing Eisenhorn himself, taking an actor and I mean with the same scope that we did Ravener and how it's called Fishig, as if it would be for live action film or series, or another type of illustration, another from the retinue, or a space pirate. Yeah, space pirate. If there is another thing aside from faces that I absolutely love to do is space pirates. and I'm reading so much about history, pirate history for my project. Oh my goodness, so interesting. I don't know if any of you guys are interested in history, but the history about piracy is so rich and so damn interesting. And I'm not just talking about Caribbean early 18th century, but yeah, I don't know, Barbary pirates, the buccaneers on the 17th century. Yeah, I don't know. It's amazing. I'm getting so many good ideas for my project. One of the things that I'm really making an effort, and that's why I'm reading so many things about pirate history, is that I want to have a good amount of historical references on the project. Even though it's fiction and it's space pirates, but I'm trying to kind of make it as believable as possible, and the best way to do that, I find, that is just to use real events as a source of inspiration and to ground things in reality, even though it's fiction, science fiction, but yeah, to ground things in a more believable way. You know, Kabeski, I want to read more about the Indian Ocean and Pacific on the Asian side, but still it's on my list, but there is so much that, yeah, I'm going little by little. But do you have any recommendations or anything that I should look up for, in your opinion? I mean, any head up about that will be greatly appreciated. Cantabrian. Let's see. Cantabrian. Yeah. Okay. I get what you mean. Yeah. I mean, you need to. I mean, unless you really want to distort or force the perspective by showing the character, well, I like to show them as if we were not that close, because if not, you would have to start how do you say, modifying the perspective, and it's more of a style or choice. I mean, because I know that some artists like to actually do that in purpose. So it get a little bit deformed. And I tend to, I now that you are saying it, I tend to place myself a little bit under the line of the eyes. But it's I don't think about it really. I mean, at the end, that was your question, right? If I'm just thinking about it, it just goes automatically. Yeah. Tidiud, yeah, I got what he meant. Yeah, but thanks for the clarification. Kabelski, Cheng Isao, is that a person? Is that a pirate? Or I mean, as I said, I'm not at all familiar with the subject of piracy in China yet. Plenty of cables. I still think it would look more creepy if instead of like a common lens that they portray them, it's just like a little bit offset eyeball. Of course, also from the nose. Let's make a cable or a tube come out of the nose. I need to look nasty. Kabeski. Okay, so a Chinese lord or queen. Okay, so it is not known. From what time is it? Richard, how about painting this tech priest a doll face mask in the style of Tomás Barceló, covering his augmented eye and all the pipes, but exposing the rest of his face? So you mean having like yeah, like perhaps some kind of division, partition or something. Yeah, I mean, I definitely need to do more things with the head for sure. And yeah, that could, I think that could be a nice idea. Kabetsky, all right, I will know that actually. Cheng Yi Sao, 18th, 19th century. Okay. Yeah, thanks for the tip. I will check it up. But now I'm really diving into Barbary piracy during the 15th and 16th century in the Mediterranean. Yeah, fascinating. Very, very cool subject. And reading more about piracy in general, you get to realize how narrow the Hollywood and view of things and popular culture is, with English pirates in the Caribbean on the 18th century. It's such a narrow thing, and yeah, I think it's pretty cool, but don't get me wrong. But yeah, there are so many other fantastic stories and events and characters as well. And also funny enough, it's to realize how piracy at the end of the day has always been so, especially during those times, so much related with policy, with politics of the big powers, and how they are used as how could you say, agents of chaos to destabilize like other powers and their holdings, and yeah. Richard, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I maybe part of the phase, but I definitely want to add how do you say, flesh, and because that's one of the things that I tend to look at a lot of depictions of priest of Mars, and they go to the very, I mean, the use of masks is very common. So I wanted to show a little bit of this kind of I don't know how to call it, like mix between flesh and mechanical stuff that can be very gruesome. And I see that the mask would be something to hide those things. So in order to interact with normal humans. But I wanted to focus a little bit more into that part where he doesn't care, or he's just showing himself as how he is, not trying to maintain any appearance of humanity to others. I mean, as I understand, that's one of the reasons why they are all having cloaks and hoods over their heads, so kind of to a little bit to hide that side. But yeah, you know, I like these kind of things that Adrian Smith did. It kind of remind me a little bit to Hell, how is it called? Hellgate. Was it called that 80s movie? Oh, Hellraiser, sorry. That I don't know how it's called, that genre. I can't remember now, but kind of going a little bit into that side of things. Hellraiser. Yeah, what a film. And talking about Hellraiser, yeah, let's add some some screws. Oh, by the way, talking about scary films, horror films. Yesterday, I watched a film that I loved. And this, oh my goodness, so many things are coming into my mind at the moment. By the way, Luis, I don't know if you are still here. But I was going to say that the idea that you have for your illustration for the course, it reminds me a lot to SCP Foundation. I don't know if you are familiar to it. Does anybody here familiar with the SCP Foundation project? Raise the hand. I would love to know if any of you are into it or know about it. Because I'm a huge fan of it. I love it. I have never done anything for it because of, I don't know, never had the time. But yeah, it's so much into. I'm so much into those type of things. Richard, yeah, totally. Dark Elder are, but at the same time, the cult Mechanicus in some way as well. I mean, I see. I mean, with nuances and differences for sure, but there is definitely something there. I mean, these coexisting elements of flesh and metal and just pinching each other and But yeah, definitely the Dark Eldars are the heavily inspired by it, sure. Nice, okay, so I'm not alone. Okay, nice. Alex, making reference to the IKEA SCP, nice. Yeah. I think my absolute favorite one is I cannot remember how it's called. The one that is in Russia with this thing that transform the flesh of people, and is all this account and of the exploration of the sites. Oh, I love it. It's fantastic. Richard, okay, it's not a movie. It's a fan-made universe where people contribute by. There is a very strict way of writing short stories, and it's all based around the same idea: is that we live in a world that is extremely stranger than we think. But there is this international organization, like planetary organization, that works to shield us from being exposed to those weird things. And is amazing. I mean, is such a great repository of inspiring stories and so suggestive, and it's mind-blowing. If you don't know about it, I'm jealous of you. If you like weird theme stories that goes a little bit into the not horror, because not all of them are horror, but a little bit a mix between magic realism and horror, and is is awesome. I can let's see. I can suggest you a channel on YouTube where the guy, he's fantastic. Everything he does is voice acts and read a lot of the of the stories, and it's fantastic. Let me just put it on the chat. I cannot write, or okay, maybe on. Yeah, so if you check this this channel, the Volgan, you are up for a treat because it's it's mind-blowing. Alix, the flesh that hates. Exactly, that's the one. It is one of my absolute favorites ACPs. Richard, well, Men in Black take. I bet that they got inspired by this, but Men in Black is like Mickey Mouse in comparison with what the ACP Foundation is. The ACP Foundation is really getting into very weird, odd, and super scary stuff in some cases. Yeah, it is. You are definitely up for a treat. If you don't know about this, and you will see it's a very peculiar way of short stories because they are all narrated as a file describing events. So it's not like a proper tale with a narrator in terms of this is what happened and then he told him or she and she answered. No, it's always like a file from the foundation, and they are just merely describing in very informative way the events, and it is fantastic. Pontus, I just posted here on the chat. Or if you look on, if you cannot see the link on the chat, it's the Volgan on YouTube. It is seriously, I love it. And it's one of these things that everything is catered by the community, and is one of these things that is an intellectual property owned by the community, and everybody contribute, and everybody that contribute really loves and understand it, and you see like people are so creative and so Some of the ACPs are called the events that describe all the paranormal things. They are so creepy and so odd and strange. There's another one that I really like where they go into a parallel universe. That is, the ACP itself is super long, where there are these weird, gigantic figures without a face that they are. It's like a parallel universe very similar to our Earth, but there is no body. And then there is these giant creatures without a face that are roaming around. Alex, yeah, totally. I know another one that I absolutely love is the one of the stairs that goes down and down and down and down, and there is no end to it. And they listen to this kid crying, and they go down and down and down. You know, for Richard or Pontus, Grim Dark is something that really applies to the SCP Foundation stories. It cannot be more dark. Well, so all of these rants came by because I watched totally by accident a movie on Netflix yesterday that I bet my life that they were totally inspired by the SCP Foundation. And I don't know if it's actually inspired by a real SCP Foundation and they decided just to rip it off and make a movie out of it. But it's definitely could fit totally with the ICP Foundation. And it's called Vibarian. It's about a couple, a gardener and a school teacher that they are looking for buying a house, and they go to a house agency with a very odd guy, and he take them to projects of housing to visit. And I'm not gonna say any more, but it's, yeah, I loved it. So good. Arthur. Oh. Okay. Oh yeah, the Red Sea object. Yes. Yeah, that is very, yeah, that is also fantastic. But I don't think that is the same one that I'm saying about the parallel world. That is another one, I think. The one that I'm referring to is one that they can open a gate with keys that are of certain color. And when they open the gate, it opens the gate into this parallel world. And each time it opens in a different place, depending on the color or something like that. Arthur, yeah. Naughty boy. But yeah, Alex, if you are, you seems to be into ACP, I totally recommend you this film, the Vibarian, I think it's called, if you have Netflix. I will not say anything else. But it would be kind of about one of these ICP events, but before any foundation get involved. So you just go through what people experience in one of these ACP events. Oh, another ACP that I love is this one about this guy, shabby guy that can teleport to other dimensions, and he'd never know when it's gonna happen because it happens randomly. And he's just traveling to different dimensions for several days at a time, and then he just go back to our reality. He never know where he's going to. and it's kind of funny. It has a lot of humor, but at the same time describes some instances that are completely so terrifying. When he just get into a place where it's completely dark, and he get the sense that there is somebody with him, and he's like that for like a day or something. And then eventually he asks to get to the Foundation personnel to get a light torch. And when he eventually gets to that same place again, and he turned on the light, there is a very odd guy with a very big mouth smiling, just like this close to him. Yeah, Alex, man, I get so inspired by the ICP Foundation stuff. I don't know. Like a month ago, I watched a short film based on the ICP Foundation. Well, not based, is ICP Foundation. It's fan made. And it was brilliant. Super, super, super good. Can't remember how is it called. But I think if you, in case you haven't watched it, I think if you just Google ICP Foundation short film, you will find it. It's actually kind of lengthy. And yeah, it's super, super, super well done. Very, very professional level of filmmaking. And it's cool because it's ACP Foundation fan short. Richard, all right. Kill 6 billion demon web comic. Okay, I will take a look. Thanks for the recommendation. It's always so cool to discover new things that has been out of your radar. This thing, for instance, this thing with the ICP, I discovered it totally by chance, and it was like, so all these many years, and I didn't know about this. It's like, what the fuck? Well, how could I have been living without knowing about this before? And yeah, it needs to be open source, as it is at the moment. The moment it is not, it will die. But yeah, I actually need to. I watched the film very late yesterday during the night, and today I've been very busy, so I didn't have time to read anything about this film. But I bet that I'm gonna read something just to see if I'm right. But yeah, that is heavily inspired by SCP Foundation stuff. Hey, dude, man, how are you doing? Great to see you here. How are you, man? We are here.
Thinking some priest of the god machine.
And talking about the SCP Foundation. Yeah, not same. Okay, it's. Yeah, another SCP that I favorite of mine is the one of the sculpture that they that get close as soon as you don't look at it, and get closer and closer. I think they made a very famous video game that I haven't tried, but it was supposed to be pretty good. I mean, yeah, indie stuff and like a mod, but. Dude, man, no, SCP Foundation. SCP Foundation. Man, somebody else that don't know about SCP Foundation, well, you have to check it up. If you like horrors, weird tale short stories, you must check it out. It's one of the best things I have discovered on the internet. It's so extremely inspiring. It's yeah. It's a fan made universe through stories and short films, any kind of media. Really, but for the most part, it's just by writers, and it's mind blowing. It's so good. Alex, the creepy bear thing. No, it is like I have seen some images of it, and it's like a figure with a very big head. With like some eyes or something like that. It's like it looks very scary and creepy, but very amorphous. And the thing is, like when it managed to get out of the cage, it's just standing. But if you look away and the next time you look back, it's closer. and when it gets super close, it kills you die basically. No, it is not a bear. It's very distinctive. It's like it looks like an embryo, if I recall. I mean, it reminded me a little bit like that. But yeah, this for you, all of you guys that don't know about the ACP. So it's widely different type of stories. Always, I mean, the creativity in this universe is amazing, but they always share the same type of pattern, which is like a how do you say, an archive describing what has happened, but in a very what's the word in English? Like a file, so to speak, of what they call ACP object, which has some properties, very weird, very scary normally, or an event. And what they call an object could be anything. For instance, like this favorite of mine, this of the stair. So there is like a stair somewhere where they don't know where it is, that it goes down and down and down and down. And they send conscripts to explore, and it seemed, and it takes days, weeks, continue going down and down, and always they are talking to the ACP personnel through cable radio or something like that, and they always describing that they hear a voice of a kid crying down the stair, but they continue going down and down and down. I mean, like, I can't remember, but it could be weeks going down, and it's just like a normal stair, like from a house, with no doors, with no anything, just a handrail, and all made in the stairs on concrete, I think, and just going down. And every time until they manage to get somewhere, saying that they are getting closer to the sounds of the kid. And then they lose always the communication with the conscripts that they send. So they keep sending conscripts to see what there is down there. Alex, yeah, totally, yeah. Yeah, but the flesh that hates, oh, that one is pure gold. And this short that I was talking about, short film, is basically following a team of operatives from the Foundation that they go into a location because they know something is happening, so they are called, and we follow the operatives. Again, it's like a house where there was some cultists, and they go there just to investigate, and it's brilliant. They managed to nail so much, so good the whole ACP thing. Yeah, but sorry for the rant regarding the ACP. It's just that I feel so passionate about it. It's one of those few things that really, really inspired me. Nowadays, it's so difficult to find something, at least personally, of that inspirational power to me. Everything looks so the same. And that it's so fresh, and yeah. Oh, I have an idea. So I was thinking, since he doesn't has a mouth, he should have some kind of device to project sounds. And now I was thinking what to do with this staff. So why not to have that connected to the, like, some kind of device, so he speak through the staff. So it is connected. Do you approve? Yeah, exactly. So like this is also kind of works a little bit better with the pose as well. It feels like he's making some speech. Okay, let's see. So many layers with the same thing. Just trying to figure out how the cable will get connected to make it in a nice way. Maybe not necessarily a way that makes too much sense, but a way that looks cool. Hendrix, yes, exactly. It makes total sense. You know, if you speak to somebody and they are a little bit far away, they cannot hear you, instead of raising your voice, you just like pull the stick closer and they can hear you. Yeah, makes total sense. It's very practical. Of course, we will need to add some cyber skull. Of course. I think if it looks a little bit like a old-fashioned type of microphone, could be cool. Ikram, gracias. No estoy seguro, pero en ello estoy peleándome. let's see, around here. I am really enjoying painting this character. It's like going with this weird stuff going on. Yeah, it's very fun. Then, of course, there need to be, like I was saying, some kind of extra things here on the back. I still don't know what could that be. I will need to check a little bit of references. Since, like I'd say, I'm not that familiar with all the Mechanicus stuff. Of course, a servo arm is going to be, but what else? And let's put it in a way that it doesn't mess with the silhouette. Hey, Crown, ok. Me voy a pelear.
Maybe I need to speak a little bit more like a tech priest from now. Let's do it. Let's explore it more. A thought processor. Machines don't get
Hi. He could speak like this as well, right? Very scary. Praise the Omnissiah. Come, children of the flesh, and transform into our strongest form, the metal, the machine. Better, right?
I mean, if there is a guy that is
Speaking like this?
imagine, and he's super dangerous. You'll never. He's super dangerous because nobody really take him seriously because of the voice, and then they just like incinerate you or something. The thing is that I want this pose like he's just making a speech, and I don't want to have the the mechanical arm like he's just like getting something from the servo arm. So that's something that I want to avoid. I mean, on the other hand, also he could have the servo arm on this other side instead. And he could have something else. Yeah, but it's from a balance point of view, it's actually good to have something that sticks here. Just to balance this shape here. Dislocated, yeah, exactly. Like,
How dare you laugh at my voice? I'm very mean, and you're gonna die for such a foolishness. Die.
and then just like pull us, I don't know, like a kick-ass plasma cannon or something, and just boop, dead. Something that I would definitely would like to do with this piece is to leave a lot of things undefined. I don't want to go into defining every single thing. So yeah, we'll see how that works. So I wanted to leave it quite loose. Dislocated, yes. Yeah, I think I would put a servo skull. Yes, I think that's a must. Somehow it is, if you think about it, he's a little bit like Warhammer 40k Tony Stark, right? Nice. Yeah, I think it gives a nice touch. I agree. Oh, and How about if there is one of these sticks coming out of this eye here? Ah, I like that. It's one of these things that I think it's achieved one of those things that I was mentioning at the beginning. Or what do you think, guys? Hampus, no, I have not. I don't know. I haven't tried any of them. Is it similar to the Wacom tablets? Why do I have this reverb on the microphone? This is very annoying. It shouldn't be. I guess that's maybe like this is better. No, so weird. It's been happening before, and I don't know why. If that is the case, maybe I should be just speaking like a tech priest all the time. Here is this is the final version, so it's finished now. And by the way, good to see you here, Peter. Hampus, I don't know. Once again, I have no idea. The Wacom ones are expensive, for sure. But mine, this one that I'm using, has almost 10 years and it hasn't given me a single issue. just like a normal Into is for, and yeah, fantastic. So even though they are expensive, I think they are worth it. But yeah, I haven't. Yeah, sorry. There's nothing I can help you with in that regard. Sorry. Dislocated. Thanks, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, Peter. Okay, no problem. But yeah, thanks for passing by. Great to see that you decided just to pass by and say hello. This reverb thing, it's extremely annoying. Once again, I think the machine spirit is somehow not happy, and it must be because one of you guys haven't been praying enough to the god machine. Because I've been, but because of you, I'm being punished. Dislocated. Yeah. That's yes, that's one of the points that I really want to make sure. At the moment, it's a little bit of a mess, but yeah, I wanted to make it a little bit more clear. Probably I'm gonna make it with the light. But you say costly, but he would say is holy. I think he must be feel very lucky. Who wouldn't like to be looking like this? Not bad throat again. Not to worry about breaking your voice. Of eating or drinking and that goes to the wrong way. Yeah, all advantages. Because the flesh is weak. And at some point, like I said on the beginning, I will have to do something with the hand, so it cannot be kept like this, fleshy. But yeah, some cybernetic type of hand. Or maybe I could keep it like that, but it's as if it was a glove. So it's actually maybe like a robot underneath, but he's just keeping it so it looks more human, perhaps. I like that aspect of the Priest of Mars, that they, even though they obviously despite flesh, but they try to hide all those modifications to outsiders. And David, thanks. Thank you, man. Yes, still here, but not for long. I think it's just a few minutes more and I'm done. I'm tired. Serving the God machine is a privilege, but it's tasking because I'm weak. I'm made of flesh. Hey, thanks for the like. Bye, David. Sleep tight, man. It's not so far in time for me either. And thanks for passing by and saying hello. Some of these designs are so cool, so creepy. See lots of inspiration from Giger here. I like these details. I need to add a little bit more like of this type of how could you say, like more mechanical thing. We'll have to add more stuff around here as well. Well, I think I'm done for today, guys. I'm starting to be very tired. We have this weird reverb with the mic, which is very annoying. So Bye, guys. Take care. Take care. Take care, guys.